we used to have strangers in the House. We used to have lawyers who are even interacting with honorable senators through point of orders. We had governors who came to this Senate and they were answering questions. So, Mr. Speaker, as we look at the issue of the CSs coming to this House, probably there is a way. And I don't believe that being given this an olive branch, the olive branch extended to us, we should call the CSs strangers. Mr. Speaker, it is known that the CS for Finance always appear in front of the National Assembly to read the budget. Do we call him a stranger at that particular time? Yet he appears before us. So, Mr. Speaker, I think there is a way so that we can have an opportunity to grill and ask questions to the CSs, because sometimes the reason why they don't listen or they don't honor the summons, maybe they have no respect for the committees. But when you're called by the House, I believe no one would want to refuse to come. Mr. Speaker, the same should be replicated in county assemblies, in county governments, whereby the CECs should also appear in front of MCAs. Mr. Speaker, I'm a former CEC in Kiambu County Government, and I think the Senate should use me as a case study, because I've worked in both the legislation as an MCA and later on in a different government as a CEC. And I tell you, Mr. Speaker, when you invite the CECs or the CSs at the committee level, they rarely give their all, because you will find people there who are interested and you only need to talk to a chair and everything is okay. But when you invite them to the House, they will have respect for every senator, devoid of which committee each senator is. Mr. Speaker, there's something I lacked in the President's address, which I would want to put across. If you remember in 1913, or to inform this House in 1913, the white settlers or the colonials, the British colony, formed or called for a meeting to investigate why the Kikuyus or Kenyans had refused to attend to the farms of these white settlers. Mr. Speaker, after they did this investigation, they realized that people didn't feel like appearing in front of the white settlers because the working environment was not a good environment. They were being harassed. Despite them getting their pay, they were being harassed, they were being intimidated, so they refused to work. Why am I giving you this story, Mr. Speaker? That is the first commission of inquiry in this country, where they checked to find the solution of a certain problem. Mr. Speaker, in our campaigns, we were promising our people they're going to be formed a commission of inquiry on matters state capture. Mr. Speaker, I did not find that in the President's address, but I believe it's something we can deliberate as a Senate and ask the President to form this kind of commission so that we can investigate, so that even senators don't always complain here, the executive were not appearing in front of the Senate, the CSs could not honor summons, so we would want to find out what happened, Mr. Speaker. And you know, when I was growing up, I used to watch a program called Vionja Mahakamani. Mr. Speaker, and when the judge of Vionja Mahakamani was rendering a sentence, she used to say, ili iwe funzo kwake na wengine, meaning for it to be a lesson to the person who is being sentenced and the others. So for us to show this country, for it to be a lesson to others who are going to take these seats, the CSs, for those who are taking work in government, for it to be a lesson to them, we need to form that commission of inquiry on matters state capture.